2023. The Codes, Fair, and Farmers Market Committee. We have two matters before us. The first one is a bill on second reading, BL 2019-8 by Roberts, Henderson, and Toombs, that amends the Metro Code pertaining to the provision of sidewalks. If we could get it before us. Do I get us? All right. And we got a letter from Councilmember Roberts that she would like to defer amendment and bill to January 19th, 2021. Do we need to just defer it all or look at the amendment first?
Where it's indefinite, or do we,
no,
can we
no,
defer to a date specific?
It's an amendment to the zoning code, so the excessive deferral rule doesn't apply.
Okay.
Plus, it's been deferred more than 90 days, so it's automatically deferred one meeting tonight by rule.
Okay. So do I need to deal with the amendment and then just defer? Okay. All right. Are there any questions? Ready to vote? All in favor of the deferral to the January 19th, 2021 meeting? Yes, sorry.
Yes, she would have to suspend the rules to defer it beyond the one meeting.
So that's not, in here? That's
It
on the
doesn't
floor.
matter in committee.
This is more than one meeting, though. This is three.
Right, he's saying it's automatically deferred. We have to suspend the rules on the floor in order to get it deferred to January 19th is what he's saying.
Okay.
It's
So we shouldn't vote on it?
automatically forward out of here.
Yeah, we don't need
It
to vote on
doesn't.
it.
Okay. Did we? Okay. I know I asked, but I didn't hear any. All right, any votes? All right, second, BL 2020-300, Benedict, Bradford, Henderson, Hauser, Swara, Taylor, and Stiles, which amends the Metro Code to restrict construction noise between the hours of 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. And I believe we have a proposed substitute from Councilmember Benedict. Councilmember Benedict, would you like to?
Thank you so much, and thank you for your consideration of this bill. I think many of us around the city, and especially in areas where there's a lot of development, get pretty frequent calls, sometimes weekly, sometimes once a month in some areas, but in many areas, like in South Englewood, there's a tremendous amount of development happening, and so it's happening in the hours from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. today. That's the current allowable hours for construction. Now, this bill specifically deals with residential construction, and it also is dealing with the earth movers. It's dealing with the ones that we see most commonly that people are concerned with are roofers and framers. But beyond that, this is really about folks moving the earth. And those folks typically aren't getting started any earlier than 7 and working past 7 anyway. So sometimes that happens. And so this also would stop that from happening. It just depends on the area. Anyway, this is really to address and make sure I continue to hear from constituents. They want to make sure that development is benefiting them. And oftentimes these developers come into the neighborhoods, they build their buildings, and then they leave, and the existing residents their benefit has been none because they just have lived through a lot of tremendously difficult times. So what this bill does is it will change it. It'll make it from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. For 9 months of the year. The 3 months that are the hottest, where the average degree days are above 80 degrees, are June, July, and August. We have issues, developers rather, workers have issues rather with working during the hottest hours of the day. So it's important for concrete workers and roofers in particular to be able to work earlier in the morning. So during those June, July, and August, the substitute bill allows the hours to just be shortened by 1 hour, which seemed amenable to the folks around the city with whom I've spoken. So it'll be from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. in June, July, and August. The remainder of the year at 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, I sent a letter out. It was late this afternoon, or mid-afternoon, late before our meetings here. And it speaks to the different peer cities and what the construction hours are in those cities. So this has very minimal impact, especially during those summer months, for the developers. But I believe it has a tremendous amount of impact for Nashvillians who are dealing with the rapid development. One thing that was important to me in this bill was making sure we don't slow down development too much, because we all know we need additional density. I think that I found a nice compromise here as compared to where I originally started with this bill when it was introduced some months back. And so I think that I've met the right compromise here. I think it's going to take care of constituents' concerns, and at the same time allow builders to get done the work that they need to get done. And so I would certainly respectfully ask for your approval.
I know I've got more calls about it since COVID, and more people are staying home, and they're hearing it not just a couple of hours after they get home, but all day long, especially jackhammering. So I really appreciate you taking this on and putting something forth and being considerate of different points of view on it. And so there are other peer cities that have that extra hour, like before and after.
Yeah, so there are some. So Charlotte, North Carolina is the peer. So we looked at Charlotte, Nashville, Mount Juliet, Chattanooga, Atlanta, Knoxville, Franklin, Memphis, and Brentwood. And growth from 2010 to 2019, growth in those cities ranges from 4% up to 64%. So as Nashville grows, and we've grown at 10% during that same time period. I hear some echoes, so I'm going to move away from the mic a little bit. We don't want to restrict that growth, but at the same time, we've seen those cities have seen similar amounts of growth and even more with different hours. In Charlotte, North Carolina, it's the available hours to work today are 98 hours per week. In Nashville today, it's 90. This is only going to reduce that by 6 hours in those 3 summer months. The remainder of the year is going to go down to 72 hours available per week. I think if we look right now outside on a 25-degree morning day, there were folks, I've got construction going on across the street from me, and there were folks that were out there, and they weren't there till 7:30, except last week one day they were there at 6:15. So it depends, and that's where I think I found a good compromise for the builders here to get their work done, and at the same time, so they can get their work done with enough hours per week, but at the same time, it's fewer hours so that people are able to not be disrupted.
Technically, this is a noise ordinance, not a, like if they show up to work and, 15 minutes before 7 and they're just getting ready, but they're not making noise, this wouldn't apply to that, right?
That's correct. This is actually the equipment running, or any noise associated with being there prior to that time. 70 decibels is the measure. It really is, it's technically codes could go and enforce 70 decibels, right? But it really is just about being respectful to the neighbors and making it so that you can't hear that pounding and banging and excavation work from outside of the building space. But it does not stop any work inside the building. So if drywallers need to show up at a certain time, that's quiet work that they can do that. This won't impact that. This is the exterior work.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I initially had a whole slew of questions, but I think pretty much all come to a resolution. I just wanted to make the statement for the record, but I was concerned about hours being removed from the work day and work week, transcending into taking longer to complete the projects, and thereby creating the noise for a longer period of time. Also concerned about what that would do to the affordability of the units. And I agree with the council member that currently most developers in residential neighborhoods are adhering to those hours anyway, just some outliers. So I don't think it'll have a significant impact on that. I was interested to know what similar markets do, but I read that letter and I understand where you're coming from on that. So only question I would have is I just want to make sure and ensure that we still have that Sunday protection in the substitute so that there is no work on Sunday, and that's not eliminated.
And if I may, Chair, answer? That is correct, and in speaking with the Director of the Codes Department, no, since he's been in that role, and to his knowledge, his predecessor have never issued permits on Sundays. So that is still, permits must be issued by the Codes Department, and to date, based on Mr. Herbert in his role, he's not issued any on Sundays. So that, not to say that one shouldn't be issued, at some point in the future, but that's going to remain in place. That this is a Monday through Saturday bill.
Okay. Thank you.
That was a roundabout. I didn't mean to. The answer is the Sunday protection is still there.
It's over here got that.
Thank you, Matt. Yes, sir.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. And this is a question for Councilor Cooper. We have another substitute to consider, do we not?
Yes.
Or has it been pulled?
Neither of those sponsors are here to offer it, so it does not have to be considered by the committee.
Excellent. Then I make a motion that we consider Councilmember Benedict's substitute as she's presented it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Or abstentions? And now do we move all right. Can I get a motion to move the bill as substituted? All right. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, thank you very much. Hey, one quick thing. I know some of you are on planning, but a reminder that Councilmember Murphy and I think Councilman Withers are doing a training session or info session on planning issues. And since there's so much overlap in planning and codes, Council Lady Murphy asked me if I was interested in co-hosting it or giving some feedback. So if you all have some codes issues that you think would be good for you or for codes practices and policies that you think would be good for you or would be good for newer members, please let Councilmember Murphy or Councilman Withers know about it, and so we can have some codes education as part of the workshop. All right. Anything else? All right. Thank you.